What if I told you that the same woman who made you wait 5 dates before having sex with you was sleeping with her ex on the first date? And the reason she made you wait so long is because you told her so without even knowing it. See, I work with dozens of guys having this exact problem every year. They talk to a girl, they get her on a date, take her home, and then face this massive resistance when it comes to getting sexual. And when they eventually find out that she slept with other guys faster, they freak out, they judge her, and they think they should break up because of that. They start to think, is it because she likes other men more? Is it because my game sucks? Is it because I'm not good enough in bed or in general? And that's the core fear that just overtakes you in these moments. So in this video, I'm going to reveal to you exactly why this happens to you. The female psychology that makes her decide to fuck you or make you wait. Then after, we're gonna learn how to rapidly reverse this effect and turn you into the guy she wants to go crazy with, right? A sexual man. And finally, I'm gonna share with you the story of my student Kim. He used to suffer from this exact issue for years, and now that he fixed it, he never looks back and has a whole different impression of women. So to start, let me show you exactly why this happens to you over and over again. Part 1, why it happens. Okay, so here's what most guys get completely wrong. They think women fall into 2 camps. Either she's a girl with values who takes things slowly, or she's one who sleeps around at random. And this is called the Madonna-Whore complex. That's a mental model most men internalize, whether they know it or admit it or not. And it's completely wrong, because the reality is most women are mirrors when it comes to sex. I mean, sure, there are maybe 10% of women who genuinely want to wait. Maybe she just came out of something serious. Maybe she has strong religious beliefs. But usually, from my experience, that's the minority. The other 90%, they are reading you. And they're constantly testing to see how open you actually are. Because life taught them one thing. They made this experience over and over again. That it's only safe to show that side of themselves to the right kind of man. And that's the key thing here. She needs to feel safe. Think about what she's probably been through. Maybe she was open with someone years ago. She showed that free sexual side of herself and he got weird about it, judged her, or bragged to his friends about what a slut she is and suddenly treated her differently. And then she had to deal with those repercussions in her social life. Or maybe she slept with someone and then the day after he suddenly changed his behavior towards her, became cold, distant, like she's done something wrong. This or many experiences could have happened in her life. So she learned that every time she takes that risk, every time she lets that part of herself out, there's a risk and there's a cost attached to it. Which means now, when she meets you, she's not just asking, do I like this guy? She's asking, is he going to make this weird? Is he comfortable with my sexuality? Or is he gonna judge me for it? Here's the part that confuses most guys. You might not even be judgmental. You might just be respectful, not pushy, giving her space, being a gentleman about it. But if she flirts with you and you don't match it, if she makes a hint and you don't take it, if she says something a bit edgy about sex and you kind of freeze or overreact, she's reading that and she assumes you're not ready to meet her on that level. And here's another way to think about this. If she's making you wait, it's often because she actually likes you. I know, right? It's a bit confusing now and it sounds unfair. But if she didn't care, she would have actually left you. She's still seeing you. She's still texting back. She's still showing up. But she's always testing because she wants to know if you're the guy she can actually be herself with. The bottom line here is, if she perceives that sex is a big deal to you, something you've put on a pedestal, she's gonna withhold it because your energy and behavior told her to do so. Okay, now let's look at how to fix it. Part 2, how to reverse it. So now that you know it has nothing to do with looks and her letting you wait doesn't mean she's not into you. If she doesn't like you, she wouldn't have gone on a second date. If she wouldn't like you, she wouldn't have come home with you. So be confident in that regard. We're not talking about attraction here. We're talking about something very different. The fastest way to fix it is this: remove sex from the pedestal. That's it. The shift is going from seeing sex as something you have to earn, something serious, something that requires the right conditions, the right number of dates, instead to just a natural part of life, something you're genuinely comfortable with. It's fun, it's exciting, it's light for you. Because here's the key part of this video: if you want her to be comfortable sleeping with you, you first have to be comfortable with your own sexuality. Might sound obvious, but for a lot of guys, it is not obvious at all, or they think they're open about it, but they're actually not. They've never really seen that side of female sexuality, that free side, that wild side, that slutty side, that whore side. And you know what's crazy? Like, even me saying the word slutty and whore feels 10% uncomfortable to me, right? Even after all these years. But ages ago, it would have made me 99% uncomfortable. By the way, when I say slut, I don't say it in a negative way. I mean it in a way that addresses the part of her sexuality that is open and experimental and wants to be taken. So all men are guilty of that complex, including me. We don't want to think of our mothers and sisters and girlfriends as sluts, right? It's an uncomfortable reality to face, but it's part of growing up, and eventually you'll have to confront yourself with that reality. So you might as well do it now. Women have a dark side that actually wants to be crazy just as much as you do, if not more. And because you don't acknowledge that side of her, she defaults to treating you like a nice guy because you act like one. You're in careful, considerate, don't risk anything mode, which she reads as discomfort and then mirrors it back to you. So how do you actually unlock yourself? First thing, grab the book My Secret Garden by Nancy Friday. It's an older book written in the 80s by a psychologist, and what she did is collect hundreds of pages of real female fantasies through anonymous interviews. Women of all kinds, all ages. The first time you read it, you're gonna be a little bit surprised, maybe triggered, right? But that's kind of the point. What it does, it starts to break down this unconscious belief that sex is somehow more serious and more sacred and more significant for her than for you. But it's not. She's not a different species, right? She has the same drives, the same desires. She's just more careful about when she shows it and to who. The second thing is start talking about sex with women. I don't mean in a weird, forced, bringing it up in every conversation, pick up, sleazy, naughty, horny way. I just mean have it as a natural topic, normal, right? If it comes up, don't deflect, don't get stiff, don't suddenly become super formal or polite. Just engage with it in a casual way. You can ask questions, you can be curious, and you can listen way more than you talk about it. That's a great trick as well. Because once you get to a point where a woman feels like she can actually open up to you and you're not going to be tense or judge her even subconsciously, she will tell you things that might change completely your viewpoint on female sexuality and female psychology. The best thing is it doesn't even have to be someone you're dating, or it's even better if it's not someone you're dating. Like, some of the best conversations I had was with female friends because there's less sexual tension between you and her, so she can go really into detail and get really naughty and not holding back, right? Because you're not gonna push her away. She has less to lose. Because remember, life taught her this lesson. Most guys cannot handle her sexual desires and fantasies. So if you're chill, she can open up and be honest, and you can be curious, and nobody's performing. And those conversations are like free lessons in female psychology without trying to hold up an image or the risk of losing attraction for each other. So that's why it's another huge reason to have female friends if you truly want to level up as a man, right? True high value, not fake alpha bullshit. The more you have these conversations, the more natural it will become, by the way, right? And the more natural it feels to you, the more natural it feels to the women you're gonna date, and you kind of become this thermostat. You set a temperature that says, this is normal, this is chill for me, this is fine, and she's gonna like match you on that level, and again, mirror that energy back at you and not withhold as much as women might do right now with you. Part 3, Kim's experience. 2 weeks ago, I had a coaching call with Kim. Obviously, I changed the name, but he's one of my mentoring clients. We debriefed a date he had the same week. And I asked him, hey, did you try to kiss her in this 4-hour date? And he said, no, of course not. That would be way too fast. It was only the first date. And anyways, I wouldn't want to date a girl anyway who kisses a guy that fast, right? I want to have a good girl. That's about what he said. And I was like,
oh shit, here we go again.
What does that mindset do to your dating experience? He's basically pressuring her to act like a good girl. And what does it even mean, good girl, in this context, right? Like, does a makeup session on a first date turn her into something she's supposed to be ashamed about? And at the same time, the same client complained to me that he didn't get laid from dates in months. That's why he started to work with me in the first place. I told him everything I shared with you in this video, that he basically blocks her from enjoying the date, from opening up and kind of like being taken on an adventure, from receiving his masculine energy and being able to give her feminine energy. I told him all that. He still resisted a little bit because he couldn't really accept his new reality, right? It's just, again, a manifestation of Madonna-Whore complex within his own mind. So I gave him a reframe and a way to challenge the narrative that he had built over years and years, and that his ego is protecting. I told him, what if she had kissed you exactly because you were the coolest guy she met in a while, and she was genuinely attracted to you? And now that you didn't try, she has to lie and pretend that she also wants to wait. Would you want to date someone who lies to you, or someone who acts honestly? So his nice guy instinct obviously got a little triggered. He's like, no, of course I want an honest woman. He kind of thought about it more, and he kind of understood how he's blocking her, right? So on the next date, he did kiss her in the park, and then he invited her home, and she accepted, and they cuddled for a bit. And after the date, he was like, oh my God, I get it now. Like, he still saw her as a good girl. He still understood, like, it doesn't make her less of a human. And he was actually blocking her from truly enjoying his presence. And probably so do you. You've probably made that similar lesson before, and you probably blocked yourself from many beautiful, romantic, sexy experiences because of that mindset. So the main lesson in this video is to stop putting sex on a pedestal, because if you are, you're just not gonna get that much of it. And the second lesson is, be aware that the Madonna-Whore complex is present in your mind, in my mind, in almost every man's mind. And you should not only shine a light of awareness on it, but truly think, does it serve you to see the world in this black and white way? Or is it maybe time to blur the lines between, good girl and whore a little bit, and embrace the full spectrum of female psychology? And if you do so, what beautiful encounters could you have in the future that you currently don't have? If this topic resonates with you, I'm happy to make more content on it. And if you really want to take action and want me to coach you and use me and my team as, people who keep you accountable, call you out on your bullshit, and eventually help you meet hundreds of attractive women without hesitation and fear, and date them and get intimate with them and kind of guide you through that journey, I have a 4-month mentoring program. It's called the Social Transformation Program, to do exactly that. We accept only a handful of guys per month. We're quite strict about who we work with because, we want to keep our quality high. Every guy who works with us does at least 100 approaches in that time, because that's kind of what it's required to get experiences. So again, we work with guys who are ready to go, who are ready to take action, and then it's a beautiful experience, right? Like, imagine how it would change your life if you would talk to 100 or 200 women in the next couple of months. It would be life-changing, no doubt about it. So if you're ready to do that, click below and have a first free consultation call where we analyze your situation and give you basically a plan that you can then decide to execute with or without us. Okay? If you want to watch more, you're welcome to do so. Subscribe and like. I appreciate it. Give me your opinion. Where does the Madonna-Whore complex held you back in your life, if you want to share? See you in the next one. And remember, you're one approach away from something magical coming into your life. Peace out.